Hey guys, I guess some people want to see this truck running with the single speed that I was putting on Facebook. I got it shimmed, got it all put back together. Seems like it's running pretty good. I'm running the 15 tooth clutch bell and the 38 tooth spur gear, and the PICCO PMAX .21. I have about 3/4 of a gallon on it now, maybe a gallon, I'm not too sure. It's not too much. And the center diff, I have 2.5 million weight oil in it to keep the front wheels from ballooning too much. Seems to work good. Next thing will be to put the Revo diff cup in there. Seems like with less weight oil it's going to act thicker than the platinum center diff. I'm still running the Basher 20% VP gas in here. I'm almost done with it. I actually brought my gallon of the 9% 20% race fuel. Maybe I'll be able to get to it, maybe not. I have about maybe 3 tanks left of this gas. It's running around 240, 250. It's running pretty nice. High-tech servos, and the pipe is a Phantom pipe. It's more for torque from what the label said of this pipe, but seems to have really nice top end. I'm surprised that the acceleration and top end wasn't too affected with the single speed from my experience of the tank that I did before this video. Accelerates really nice, just doesn't have that shift, and top end is pretty good as well, even though I went up a tooth, so it should accelerate a little bit better and have a little bit less top end. But I think the single speed is allowing the motor to rev up higher. I haven't heard it rev up as high with the 2-speed closed ratio, so I'll start it up and let you guys see what it does. Sorry guys. It's a little cold. It's been sitting for maybe 10 minutes. Like 178. $213. 245. $265, that's not bad. Yep. I really like it, man. Still wants to lift up the front end. Yeah, 260. Yeah, this thing is very nice. Yeah, 280. But it's going down. I'm not worried about it. Has a lot of smoke. God, it's faster than my RC 8.2 for sure. But that thing just has RTR Reedy 8.21. But this thing would beat it on the track for sure. This thing moves. This thing is faster with this than the 2-speed, for sure. Yep. Accelerates faster and top end. This is insane. Nothing else changed, just the internals of the transmission. Yeah, 265. That's where it likes to be with this gas. 260. After long runs like that, that's where it's at. That's the gas oil buildup. This thing stops on a dime. Gosh. Yeah. Can't wait to take this on the track. I've been running the T-Max and the buggy more than anything else. I think it's going to be time to test this thing out on the track. It's going to be interesting to see how long these gears hold up. They're plastic gears. The idler gear is actually metal. That's a pinion gear from an electric motor, 15 tooth. Hopefully the plastic gears last, because there's no metal gears for the single speed. Single speed came from the T-Max conversion from the old transmission, and they're all Mod 1 gears, so it all worked out. What the fuck? The fuel lasts a long time with this motor. I really like that. Jesus, this thing has so much top end. Holy fuck. That's the last of the VP fuel, or yeah, the basher. Alright guys, so I'll clarify exactly what I did. Basically it's going to require some work with the Dremel, and also shimming all sorts of stuff, making sure that all the gears are aligned and there's no play back and forth within the transmission. So I just used nylon spacers that I got from Ace Hardware, that basically took all the play out of the gears and between the bearings, so there'd be no way of the gears to move side to side. And then basically all I took was the big gear from the kit that Traxxas sells for the T-Max, the old 2.5 transmission. So the black transmission, they made a single speed conversion for that transmission, and so I had one spare, and I wanted to see if it would work, and started messing around with it, and seems like it was gonna work. I thought it was gonna work with the 16 tooth idler gear from the closed ratio, and then trying to close the transmission, it just didn't work because there was too much stress, so it wasn't turning. So what I did is, with the help of Keith on Facebook page, the Nitro enthusiast page, basically we figured out that if I used a 15 tooth mod 1 pinion gear for electric motors, brushless motors, that would probably work. The outside diameter would probably be small enough for it to work, as the 16 was just a tad too big. So that's what I bought one from eBay. It was $8. I forget the company name, I have to check, but any 15 tooth idler or pinion gear will work, I'm sure. And from there, basically you have to shim it, make sure it lines up with the big gear here, and then you have to line up that big gear with the forward only conversion, or if you have the center diff, that gear, it would be the same. I have the Platinum, so I have the center diff, and so you have to do that. Also, you have to sand down the cup. I had to sand down the cup for the diff, so it would push the gear forward just a bit to clear that big 1-speed gear. And so by doing that, the whole shaft shifted forward a bit, and it affected the rear brake assembly with the axle. So this piece right here, I had to Dremel that out as well, and also the outside I had to Dremel to clear the brake disc, or else it wasn't turning. So I had to Dremel that out too. So basically, if you have patience and you have great understanding of how transmissions work and whatnot, and basically if you have common sense and you have some knowledge, you should be able to figure it out. If you really want to do this mod, it's definitely doable. I just did it. The gears line up great. There's barely any play at all. Like, there's no play. This is all I can do, and that play is probably from all the looseness from all the axles. But yeah, there's no play at all. When I lock up the forward only and I try to turn this, the gears are perfectly meshed. So it's definitely a great mod, especially if you're a track guy that doesn't want to deal with the 2-speed and it, locking up in second gear at times. This is a great alternative. I know that people just lock it into second gear by screwing in that big that centrifugal assembly. However, that it is also going to keep all the weight inside. You still have all the weight of the 2-speed assembly, whereas this 1-speed has no weight at all. It's very light. It definitely took some weight out of the rotational mass, and I didn't change the gearing at all, and seems to be quite better than the 2-speed. It allowed this engine to rev up higher. It seems to be breathing a lot better top end, and I'm quite happy. This is going to be a monster on the track. It's definitely feels like a truggy, that's for sure. We'll have to test it out with the other truggies, but it should be nice. Now my next plan is to do the same thing on my T-Max. I had the 1-speed in my T-Max with the black transmission with no center diff, so now since I know this is going to work, I'll get that working on the T-Max with the 3.3 transmission and center diff, rear brake assembly, and all of that. And for the time being, I'll just keep it with the 2.5 with the Ciro crank and the Ciro muffler. I just got that. I'll try that out. However, I like the Phantoms. We'll see if I like the Ciro better than the Phantom. And see how that goes with the T-Max. The T-Max is definitely my favorite truck, but now that I have the single speed in this thing, I'm quite liking it. I still have a lot to do to it. I want to get I didn't put on the sway bars from the Platinum. I do have them, however I don't want to use the Traxxas ones. I want to go with the Technos. To me, it seems like it's less cumbersome. It's a simpler design, and their plastics seem to be a lot stronger. And I also want to do the Techno conversion for the receiver pack, so it's more forward. The tank also will be pushed up, so it's going to be more in the center. That's going to be better weight distribution. It's going to be better for turning, and that's about it. Techno also makes some rear skid plates for this. This truck was brand new 3/4 of a gallon ago or a gallon ago, and I already need a rear skid plate, so Techno makes some really thick ones that just go over this, and I will want to do that. Everything else seems pretty solid. Probably do the RPM axle carriers at some point, but this is a solid truck. I mean, already hit the stop sign over there last time I came out here at full blast, and it didn't break anything, although I think it may have affected the servo, as the servo went bad afterwards, not too long afterwards. But Hi-Tech was nice and covered that for me. They sent me another gear case. I haven't had any other troubles with Hi-Tech, and I've been using them for years, so really happy with this. This motor is insane. It's great. So I'll put this on YouTube, and hopefully this helps out anyone who had any questions about my posts that I made on Facebook a while ago. Thank you for watching. Bye.